Hi guys, it's me Ems, and I'm sat in front of my display I'm working on to go outside in the shed. It's just a few of the animals I've rescued lately, but I'm not going to come on to that now. Today's video is definitely a bit more different than my other videos. I'm actually going to be doing a Instagram Q&A. So I got asked quite a few questions on Instagram, and I'm basically just going to be answering them here because I thought I needed an idea for a YouTube video. I wasn't just going to answer all of them on Instagram, so thought I'd do that. So let's get started. So I'm using a piece of paper. I had to write them on a piece of paper because I'm using my phone to film, and that's where I've got everything. So Logan Bordner, are you wanting to get another animal? Yes. I'm not allowed this other animal, and I will do a separate video, so I'm not even going to say what it is because I kind of want it to be like a surprise. I'm not getting it, but I figured I could try and introduce you to him, if that makes any sense. It kind of doesn't to me, but I will show you this animal that I really want. And so I'm not going to say here. And how many animals do you have? So not including the hedgehogs, I have 8 animals, I think. I've got, I'm not going to say what I've got yet because other people have asked. Zoe Wiggly 123, how long does it take to do your animals every day? So every day I spend about an hour kind of doing all the animals. Lots of the time it's more than an hour because the hedgehogs, cleaning them out, just takes an hour on its own. But then obviously I've got to let the birds out for an hour, kind of got to like just do some spot cleaning in the cages and the tanks and all that stuff. So yeah, usually about an hour because it's usually just cleaning the hedgehogs out. But it can go up to 3 hours. Scarlett said, how many animals do you have? So again, I have 8, and what are they? I have 3 snakes, 2 birds, a tarantula, I'm losing track here, and 2 snails. So those are my 8 pets. Hattie put, what made you want to rescue animals? I love animals too much to, like, if I see an animal suffering, I can't leave it suffering, and that's also to do with the other animal that I really want, but I'm trying to do this video without giving away too much. Stop moving. Monty's over there as well, but I'm trying to keep him asleep. He's kind of still asleep, but I'll try and keep him there. So basically, I think I can't remember, the first animal I rescued with my friend Daniel was a baby blackbird that had been caught by one of the cats, and that was in the old house. And I was probably 5 then, so Daniel would have been about 4. And then, yeah, since then it's just been rescuing animals. And it was quite funny. I said to my mum this morning, do you remember that pigeon I rescued? She didn't remember because last year I think I rescued 12 pigeons. But I don't film all the pigeons I rescue because it would get old. And then when we moved here and I had a place to put all the animals, I kind of, this filled with cages at the moment. Obviously, I'm putting this display down there. And then in June, so 5 months, I'm going to go down to the Wiltshire Wildlife Hospital in Newton Tony, and I'm going to do voluntary work down there, so I'll probably be bringing animals back to my mini rescue down the garden. Oh no. Reptiles of Biochemistry put, can you name every animal you've ever had? Not in a million years could I name them all, but I'll name as many as I can. So I know that when I was little, I don't remember him, I've just been told, I had a Goliath bird-eating spider called Dave. Goliath bird-eating spiders are the world's largest spider, and he probably would have been about that big. I was 3, and the reason we had to get rid of him is because they're not the safest spiders to be handling, and as a 3-year-old who was very interested in animals, I would try and climb the bookshelf to play with him. So Dave had to go. I briefly remember having a black and white rabbit called Milo. I don't remember this one, I just know from photos and stuff. We had a black and white dog called Scooby. I don't know what type he was quite a big dog. And then we had a rescue dog called Casey, who was a Yorkshire Terrier cross between a Jack Russell. We had, I think, at one time we had 14 chickens. I remember having Limpy, who we called Limpy because she just had a problem with her leg. It was like, I think it was an old break before we had got her because she was from a battery farm. So we had Limpy. We had 2 chickens called Sparkles, both at different times. Okay, we've had lots and lots and lots of chickens. I had Izzy, my female boa constrictor, who was about 8 foot, a bit smaller, a bit bigger, I don't know. She was a big snake, probably about that fat. And then had corn snake called Daphne, had a milk snake called Milky, almost had a caramel motley corn snake called Simba, and the reason I didn't get it is because it escaped. And it was my Christmas present, and it escaped about 2 weeks before Christmas. And that is where Fanta came into the picture. I got Fanta for Christmas. And I had 2 Madagascar hissing cockroaches. I've had about 5,000 land snails in my life. Oh! We had a green parrot. Yeah, I'm not going to go into any more detail because I think I've kind of just ruined the bird I want. Okay, well, I'll give you that. The bird I want really bad is a green kakariki who I've named Picasso, but I'm not telling anyone any more than that until next week's video. So, reptiles of biochemistry again. Can I see your bone collection? If you follow me on Instagram, my Instagram's Emily's Wildlife, you will probably know that I have a bit of a thing going at the moment with bones, and I have my bones down here because I knew about that question. So I will show you some of them. I've still got about 12 upstairs, but I'm going to show you my main bones. So the first one was gifted to me yesterday. There's no room for it. So this is a red deer stag skull. I would not want this running at me with these. And I can't go back any further. It's very big. So he would have been about 3 or 4 years old. Big boy. And then the other skull I've got is here. This is a female fallow deer skull, which I picked up about a week ago. And at first we thought this was a fallow deer skull. But the bit of the skull here is about that much, and if you think of it like that, that's a big size difference. And as well, you can tell by the antlers, because fallow deer's antlers are really flat. And this is some big antlers. Oh, that thing's heavy. Next skull is my fox skull. I have another fox skull, and I have found a dead fox. What's left of a dead fox, which is decomposing, and then I'll get the skull from that. I'm not normal. And lots of people get confused between fox skulls and badger skulls. I have a badger skull, so I'll just go on to that one now as well. This badger skull. Badger skulls have this ridge here, because they got a really big, powerful jaw. Foxes don't. And foxes' snout is a lot longer. And then my final skull, that's downstairs. As I said, I'm not going to show the whole of the bone collection because that would just go on forever. And as well, I've got another one of these upstairs. Is my tawny owl skull. And they're actually quite big. Lots of people think tawny owl's quite small. The tawny owl, I can't remember what the story was with it. I think it had broken its neck. I don't know. It was picked up though by one of my mum's friends, and we buried it, and then I dug it up about a year later because we buried it for the purpose of getting the skull. And yeah, because I don't have a tawny owl skull. And I'm actually waiting on a barn owl skull because unfortunately the local barn owl we found hit down on the road. She was dead. And we were looking at getting it stuffed, but it's just so expensive. So we're going to bury the barn owl. And then, yeah. It's not actually illegal to have it. It's a ringed barn owl. So my mum reported it to the Barn Owl Trust and all that. It's not illegal to have it, though. It is illegal to sell it. But, like, why would we sell a barn owl? A barn owl skull would make a very nice addition to my bedroom. Yeah, out of all these skulls, I think this one is definitely my favourite because I have wanted one of these for about 5 years. And obviously they're so expensive on the on like eBay and stuff, because I mean I can see why they'd be expensive. They're huge. But their antlers can get a lot bigger than this. It's a bit amazing actually. Bearing in mind the age of this, they could live up to about 10 years, usually a bit older. And this guy here would only be about 3 or 4. Got some nice antlers on it though. But yeah, I actually, outside I have a full roe deer skeleton. Where I say full, it's kind of what's left of it. I've got spine, ribs, all the legs, 2 shoulder blades. I haven't got any of the back. I haven't got any of the hip bones. And I've got the jaw, no skull. And I built that. I'll do another video about that. And then upstairs as well, I've got 6 more of these. Only 1 more with the actual jawbone. And then the others are just like this top here. You can see the front teeth on this. They're big. I would not want to get bitten by a badger. Getting bitten by a badger, I do not know this from experience. I hear it's very painful, and lots of the time you end up needing to get stitches. So don't pick up a badger if you find a badger. And saying that, when I start working at Wiltshire in June, the chances are like 99% have to handle badgers and deer and foxes. We went up there a couple of weeks ago. The hedgehogs got their worming injections. And a few weeks before that, when I went out with my granddad, they actually had a tawny owl with a broken wing. So I got to see a tawny owl. Very close. But they said they didn't think there'd be much you can do because the bone had come out under the wing. So, yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching my Q&A and meeting my friends. And I will see you on next week's video. Thanks for watching. Bye.